everybody, and welcome to Chat with Kat. I just wanted to jump on and tell you a little bit about my late morning / early afternoon. I had the honor of going to Miami-Dade College, which I'm an alumni of, and speaking to a variety of students about what is called disability etiquette training. And I was so excited to do this because I was able to tell a little bit about my story and just, let people understand the importance of treating us as equals. And it was an interesting conversation because there was a lot of interaction between myself and the crowd. And one person really stood out to me because he asked me to kind of clarify something that I was saying, which was, how do you feel when you see me, and wanting to break down barriers and have people treat me as an equal. But in the same breath, we started talking about the correct terminology of things. And he was like, well, if you want to be treated as an equal, why do I have to watch how I approach speaking to you? And I found that to be, sorry, I'm getting a lot of people wanting to jump on here, and I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable with that. So if you have anything you'd like to say, you could say it in the chat. Anyway, so I was just kind of confused by this question because to me it's very logical. If you are accepting someone into your community and you are treating them as an equal, you are going to want to make them comfortable and want to make them feel like they are not singled out. So being mindful of certain terminologies, at least in my opinion, is very important. Again, I subscribe to the people first language. Many people with disabilities do identity first, which, if you don't know what the difference is, people first is referring to myself and having other people refer to me as a person with a disability. Identity first would be someone referring to me as a disabled person. I don't agree with that, but to each their own. And all I was trying to say during my event, which, don't get me wrong, went very well. I met a lot of wonderful people. During and after the event, I had a great conversation with one woman who is raising a daughter with Down syndrome, and she asked me, how can my daughter become independent? And I kind of told her that there's a difference between physical disabilities and intellectual disabilities, but my idea was for her to reach out to Center for Independent Living and see if maybe they can help guide the daughter into, an independent life, because that's what they do. And another person met with me afterwards that was talking about the fact that she has an invisible disability and that she gets a lot of slack for having the placard, and people tell her she's not supposed to park there. And we had an interesting conversation, and I told her that if she wants to fight this stigmatism and this stereotype for people like her that have invisible disabilities, that she should partner with an organization that is already doing that. And I told her to just Google it, and I'm sure she'll find a lot of different ways that she can work on this problem and really maybe start a kindness campaign. It was done a few years ago for people not to say the R word, which, if you don't know what the R word is, look it up, because I'm not going to say it. It is not within my vocabulary. So yeah, overall the event was great. Then afterwards, I took my mom to lunch, and there was a little girl who was staring at me, and long story short, I had a couple of books with me, so I lent a book to the mother, and the mother read right there in the restaurant, read the story to her, I want to say 4-year-old daughter. And it was just so heartwarming to see and to be a part of. And I met the little girl afterwards, and it was just a wonderful moment, which really continues on to what I'm always preaching about, which is to, really embrace representation. I know there's a big hit in our society about DEI, but we have to fight this because it is so important for all people to feel seen and heard through different outlets of media, whether it's TV or, sorry, I had to swipe, whether it's TV or books or movies or music. We should all have a chance to let our stories be heard, our voices be heard. And yeah, so that is that is my PSA for the day, and I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what I got to do today, and I'm curious what you all did today. So let me know in the chat, or if you follow me, let me know in a comment when I post this later. Okay, bye. Oh, it's not letting me off. There we go.